Have you ever wondered how cats apologize to their humans? Most people assume they simply don't. But the truth is they do. They just express it in ways that look completely different from what you might expect. And therein lies the problem. If you miss these subtle moments, or worse, accidentally punish them for it, you could be rejecting the only way your feline friend knows how to say they are sorry. Let's start with a signal that hides right in plain sight, staring at you and blinking very slowly. Have you ever caught your cat looking at you after they've done something wrong, only to slowly close their eyes? While many know that a slow blink signals trust, few discuss what happens inside your cat's brain just before that blink. When your cat senses tension in the room, perhaps you raised your voice or your body language shifted, their amygdala triggers a stress response. Their natural instinct is to flee or freeze. Yet, instead of running away, they choose to stay, maintain eye contact, and deliberately shut their eyes. Think about the profound meaning behind that. A natural predator is choosing to go blind in front of a perceived threat. That isn't casual behavior. It is a calculated emotional risk. A 2020 study from the University of Sussex confirmed that cats use slow blinking intentionally as a social signal. But the study also revealed something incredible. Cats who receive slow blinks in return show measurably lower cortisol levels. This means your response literally alters their body chemistry. When you blink back, their stress drops. When you ignore it or remain frustrated, their brain registers it as a failed attempt at repair. And this is the heartbreaking part. If your cat continually offers slow blinks after a conflict and never receives one back, over time, they will stop trying. They won't escalate the situation. They will simply grow quiet. And that silence isn't peace. That is a cat who has given up on apologizing to you. Keep watching, because later on, I will reveal an apology signal that looks almost human, and it is the one most owners accidentally punish their cat for. Another surprising gesture is when they headbutt you out of nowhere. Imagine sitting on the couch, still feeling a bit annoyed at your cat, and suddenly they walk up and press their head right into your face or hand. Most people laugh it off or assume their cat just wants attention. But what if that gentle headbutt is actually your cat trying to fix the bond that just broke? Cats have scent glands concentrated around their forehead, cheeks, and chin. When they press their head against you, they are depositing pheromones onto your skin in a behavior called bunting. In a calm, everyday setting, it is pure affection. But when it happens immediately following a conflict, the meaning shifts entirely. When tension fills a room, your cat can literally smell the change, as stress hormones alter your scent. To a cat, who relies on scent just as much as we rely on facial expressions, that shift feels like your bond is dissolving. So what do? They walk right up and remark you. They aren't just being sweet. They are overriding the tension with their own scent, restoring the chemical signature that tells their brain, this person is still mine and I am still theirs. The timing is what makes this so powerful. If your cat headbutts you right after you've scolded them, it isn't random affection. It is an intentional, primal refusal to let your bond fade. You might also notice them dropping their favorite toy right at your feet. Have you ever been upset with your cat, only to look down and find a toy sitting next to you on the couch or in your lap? Most owners just toss it aside, assuming their cat wants to play. But consider this. What if your cat just handed you their most valuable possession, and you threw it away? Cats aren't like dogs. They don't play fetch simply to please you. When a cat brings you something, there is always a deeper reason. Behaviorists have observed that when a cat drops an object near their owner after a tense period, it mirrors a reconciliation offering seen in animal social dynamics. They aren't asking for playtime. They are offering something of immense value to restore your relationship. From their perspective, they are taking the toy they guard, carry around, and sleep next to, and placing it at your feet. during an emotional disconnect. That is a sacrifice. They are giving you the one thing that brings them comfort in the hopes that it will bring you comfort, too. The next time you find a random toy next to you after a rough moment, don't ignore it. Acknowledge your cat and pick it up, because that tiny gesture might just be the bravest apology they have ever made. Then there is the moment they start licking your hands or face. If your cat suddenly hops into your lap and begins grooming your fingers, chin, or nose right after a tense moment, it isn't just a quirky habit. In cat colonies, mutual grooming, known as allogrooming, is a crucial social behavior. But cats don't just groom anyone in their group. Studies show it is highly selective and reserved only for individuals they share a strong social bond with. It isn't about hygiene. It is a vital tool for maintaining relationships and reducing group tension. What makes this even more remarkable is that when cats groom each other to resolve conflict, researchers have observed a lowered heart rate in both felines. This means that when your cat licks your hand after a disagreement, their own body is physically calming down through the act of repairing their bond with you. It is a physiological response, not just an emotional one. Apologizing to you is quite literally how they self-regulate. Perhaps the most misunderstood apology in the feline world is when they roll over and expose their belly. You might scold your cat and watch them immediately flop over, showing you their stomach. Many owners assume the cat is being playful or simply doesn't care about the scolding. In the wild, a cat's belly houses its most vital organs, and no cat would willingly expose it unless they felt entirely safe, or unless they were deliberately making themselves vulnerable to de-escalate a threat. When your cat rolls over right after tension, they are not asking to play. They are surrendering. It is the feline equivalent of raising both hands and saying, "I am not a threat. Please don't be upset with me." This is where things often go wrong. Instinctively, owners reach down to rub that exposed belly, and the cat responds by swiping, scratching, or biting. The owner then assumes the cat is being aggressive or manipulative. But the reality is, the cat was never asking to be touched. They were asking to be forgiven. Rubbing their belly in that vulnerable moment violates the very trust they just offered. And to them, it feels like a betrayal. Instead, simply stay calm, lower your voice, and perhaps offer a slow blink in return. Let your cat know you received their message, without turning their heartfelt apology into an excuse to grab at their most protected area. Finally, there is the apology signal that looks almost human, the one most owners completely overlook. They follow you everywhere without making a sound. After a tense moment, your cat might just start appearing wherever you go. They don't meow, they don't rub against your legs, and they don't ask for food. They simply sit quietly in the same room, watching you from a distance. Cats are solitary by nature. When they want space, they have no problem walking away from any situation or person. So, when they choose to do the exact opposite, following you from the kitchen to the bedroom to the bathroom in complete silence, it is not clingy behavior. It is a deliberate choice to remain close to you during emotional discomfort. Behavioral researchers call this proximity maintenance, a strategy also observed in bonded primates following a conflict. Instead of forcing physical contact or vocalizing, they simply reduce the physical distance and wait. They are essentially saying, "I am not going to force this, but I am not leaving either. I will be right here until things feel right again." If you think about it, we do the exact same thing after a disagreement with someone we love. Sometimes, we don't say a word. We just sit in the same room, make a cup of coffee, and exist nearby. No grand gestures, just presence. Your cat is doing the exact same thing. And the fact that an animal who could easily walk away and be perfectly fine on their own is choosing to stay by your side in silence should tell you everything you need to know about what you mean to them.
Wow, that was so much fun! Don't forget to click that big red subscribe button and ring the bell so we can learn together every day. Share this video